Hey guys, welcome back to the channel on a brand new video on Marvel Contest of Champions. Yes, it's your friendly neighborhood, RichTheMan, and yes, he's going to bring you some information about Vanquishing blows. This is a kind of a quick guide to kind of give people an idea how to maximize their grind in different areas in the game and how to maximize the valor that they then take back, whether or not it's to do with rank, whether or not it's to do with milestones, because sometimes we don't really have enough time for milestones in this game. So let's get into a video on Vanquishing blows. So if you're not familiar with what this is a solo event, and basically you're just trying to finish off the enemy in a certain way that's dictated by the particular event on the day. So as we can see here for this day, it's all about finishing off with an incinerate, and you can see that you get 4,000 points. And we'll go into each individual way because there's several ways that you can get that finishing blow. But let's just kind of identify how much value you can take back and the points required and some specifics that are going to help you out. Now, as this event is similar to hero use to a degree, you can really kind of get some kind of good amount of points. As you can see here, 2,000 points is for a 5-star usage, 4-star is 1,500, and it goes up 3-star, 2-star with regards to the least amount of points. Now, obviously, you want to be maximizing, you want to be using your 5 stars as much as possible, but it's not always going to be the case, especially when you have to do those detrimental effects like doing shock, like doing bleed, like doing incinerate, or even poison. There's so many kind of difficulties with that with regards to your roster. So you may then think, hey, I've only got 3 stars to then maximize that 4,000 points a time. So you're not really kind of concentrating on having a 5-star do 2,000 added on to 4,000, 6,000 time. Wow. But you may be then focused on playing ability and finishing your enemy off with a stipulated finishing move. Now, I have seen events similar to this, but not on this scale with regards to a store. So obviously, as you know, you get valor from doing things like this, the milestones in Vanquishing blows, and then you're able to spend it in the valor store. So with regards to how much you can earn in this given event, it's 22,900 a day from this. Unfortunately, rank's a lot higher, so you have to kind of get 832,000 points, which does seem quite a lot. But it is similar in some ways to hero use, in that if you kind of use 4 stars and 5 stars, you get more points. And it kind of works out that you would need to do this 209 times, 208 times even, to kind of do it. So 208 vanquishing blows to then get a rank placement. So that's not too bad. It just means that you have to be concentrating on those finishing effects. So what are all the types of vanquishing blows that you'll experience through your grind in the game and each day? Well, at the moment it is incinerate. Yesterday it was medium, and you're going to see ones that the full list is light, medium, heavy, SP1, SP2, SP3, bleed, shock, incinerate, and poison. So there's 10 things there. So there's going to be lots of kind of rotational things. So it's going to be pretty exciting and pretty cool. But at the same time, you're going to have to really concentrate on your playing ability to kind of dictate the way that the battle goes. And we'll talk about kind of tips with each thing in order to kind of improve the way that you're playing and maybe the way that you're concentrating and the champions that you would really want to use in these given situations. And if you want a list of champions that do different effects, whether or not it's bleed, shock, poison, etc., then if you go to the Marvel Contest of Champions Wikia page, then a link to that is in the description. It will give you a list of different champions you can use in this given situation. Now, our options are really kind of slim with regards to minimizing energy spend. So if you're looking at energy spend, then it's got to be Road to Labyrinth. You go into the first Road to Labyrinth. So round 1, we go in. And in there, you'll see that you'll only have to spend 1 energy. So spending 1 energy is a lot better than, you know, spending a load amount of energy to then get to a further point in whatever quest you're doing. So that's really what I would do with that, is kind of go to Road to Labyrinth to kind of do your grind. It means that you're going to be able to have 70 goes at a champion, as opposed to other methods where it would be a waste of your energy. Unless you really want to do that and kind of grind out a load of like questing, like your beginner, your normal, so your heroic. So if you want to do that, it's up to you. But this is the less for energy spend method of doing it. Right, so just before we do a quest, just want to kind of point out, so it says 42,500 there. Unfortunately for this one, I will only be using a 3-star, so I've then come out because I've just attempted something and I'm going back in again. So we go back into round 1. Using Hyperion obviously for the Incinerate, the 4,000 points attempt. First one up is a Vision Age of Ultron. Now I'm trying to dictate this on off the back of the L1, but also I need to make sure I don't take down the enemy too far. Like, I need to leave as much as the Incinerate can do, because I'm not sure if you finish with an SP1, which then technically is meant to... Right, so here we go now. Right. Applied it in, so we've got 2 stacks of the Incinerate, and I'm backing off and backing off and backing off and backing off. Done. So that's really the method with that. It's easy on the like the L1 for this champion, and also with regards to Vision, because he's only a 2-star. I can dictate. I've got time to think. I don't have to worry about my points being lost. Granted, there is this extensive amount of power gain with Hyperion, but you know, it's and we see a rise then of 47,500. So we have seen that increase. So that's really the thing with Incinerate with that. But there are other things to use in different methods of different days. So what are my top tips with regards to getting the best out of Vanquishing blows? Okay, so if it's a light day, light attack, then you want to parry, and it's tapping. No swiping, just tapping. So you tap, tap, tap. It's kind of handy to do that in Arena. Arena is a lot more easier to kind of do. It's all about striking. You can kind of mix it up a little bit with that, but I think that it's best to kind of make sure that at least if you're parrying and your final blow is a tap rather than a swipe. So tap, a light attack in order to finish. Medium attack. Medium was pretty easy. If you sequence in some stuff with some of your characters, then you'll just swipe, swipe, swipe. And that's what it is. It's a swipe. It's a swipe in the kind of... It's not a dash, because dash is kind of like one side to the other side. But it's when you're kind of close to the enemy and you're then doing it. If it's easier, do it whilst the enemy is blocked. I'm sure that it still registers as a thing, but maybe do that. The next thing is a heavy attack, and that's really kind of, again, you got to parry in heavy. Why to parry against, you know, and do a heavy? It's largely because you may be, you know, cancelled out. So you may find that if you're trying to do it and wind it up, that your enemy decides to then go, right, well, I'll hit you whilst you're doing that, and you then go, oh, this is pretty annoying. So parry and then do the heavy attack. And heavy attack is hold down your thumb or finger, and then it will do the heavy attack. SP1 is all about them building power and doing an SP1. It's pretty easy. Huge power gain champions. We're looking at well, we've got Vision, the standard Vision, we've got Hyperion. There's loads of different ones that kind of get to an L1 very quickly. Very handy if you're going up against a champion that is very low, so 1 star. But 2 stars, yeah, if you get a 5-star and then you build up for an L1, chances are you're gonna like demolish a 2-star, especially that Age of Ultron Vision that we saw, which was a you know, a 2-star that was pretty weak. SP2, same thing as SP1. SP3, just build up to an SP3. It may be a case you would have to do some harder content in order to kind of build up to an L3 quicker. Champions that have got intense amount of power gain may be obviously advantage for this one. Bleed, it's a given. Use champions like Gwenpool. We've got Blade. We've got Black Panther. But I think there's one which actually may be really good, and it's Deadpool X-Force. I think this would be good because Duodinium Poke like constantly reapplies a bleed. So regardless of anything, you're always going to be doing a bleed. So he'll be going to be handy for your questing side of things. Maybe not for Arena. Arena may be a lot difficult to do, but definitely from a bleed perspective, you're going to be able to do some great stuff with this guy. And obviously the Age of Ultron Vision will not be an option for that Road to Labyrinth. So you may have to choose the other Road to Labyrinth where there's a lot more squishier targets from the first person you meet in Road to Labyrinth. Shock, Electro, I can't really think of any others, but I'm sure there's some others out there. That's what Electro's a lot easier really with Shock. Incinerate, Mephisto, Gwenpool, there's so many others. There's Red Hulk, there's Vulture, there's Agent Venom, there's Cable. If you look in the link in the description with all the different links to people doing detrimental effects, then that will be a good kind of guide for you to go off. Poison to finish off with. Abomination, Archangel, Dr. Voodoo. There's again so many loads there. I'm thinking about, I don't know if Spirit Venom is really classed as a poison effect, because I don't know if it's really want to see that Skull and Crossbones. I don't know. Don't take the risk with that, but do check out that link to give you a good idea with poison characters. So the thing you're really going to have to remember is once you run out of energy, you're going to need more. So then that gets you into Arena, and you do this kind of kind of rotation where you're going into questing. 70 or whatever energy you have is gone into arena, get some energy refills from doing it, and then go back in again. It's just going to mean that if you're doing vanquishing blows and you're concentrating on your types of attack, then what you're doing is you're saving your arena units and obviously, you know, battle chips. Battle chips mean arena crystals, and then you'll get the units, and then you buy energy refills and you go back in again. That repetition is good because when you're in questing, you can dictate the way that you're finishing your kind of enemy off. So this thing with regards to incinerate, poisons, bleeds can be really fine-tuned for you to do. And finally, please don't worry if you don't have the roster. Yes, a lot of people have 5 stars or have the ones that they really will make this really easier, but the thing is, you need to either choose, are you going to be grinding out a lot of arena in order to kind of get the maximized amount, like the 1,500 from the 4 stars? Are you going to instead focus on your vanquishing blows? Will you be able to do it in arena? Is arena a bit too fast paced for that? Questing may be then your options. So questing or arena are your 2 options with regards to getting those vanquishing blows. So hopefully it all pays off for you. Happy grinding, and thanks so much for watching. I've been RichTheMan. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe for Marvel Contest Champions based content, maybe share this with a friend that may find this informative or helpful. And obviously, I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.